How you guys doing? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So let's take a look at the BTC market today. What do we got? We got 43,000 unconfirmed transactions. So, I mean, that's not that bad considering, at one point we were here over 200,000 unconfirmed transactions was our all-time high, and that was less than a month ago. We're looking at a $106.3 billion market cap for cryptocurrency, so I mean, that's increasing. We got $45.7 billion of which is Bitcoin, which is all our favorite. And we're looking here at a Bitcoin price of $2,794, and that's amazing, right? So we got Ethereum making some gains towards us on Bitcoin. We're coming in at $294.34. That's a 10.5% increase. So I mean, that's really good for everybody that's holding any Ethereum. It's still a new market, so there's lots of gains and potentials to be made in it. Ethereum is going to be the supercomputer for the world of the future. There's been changes and debates on whether or not this is gas or going to be currency. When you release these cryptocurrencies into the wild, they're going to do what they're going to do, and the market is going to dictate, the value and how it's used and operated and what function, we can do with it. So, I mean, whether or not it turns into a currency and less of a form of gas for the supercomputer, only the future will be able to tell us that. We got Ripple coming in at 27.5 cents. That's down 5%. This is how it's been with Ripple. They've been up and down lately, staying in this between 25 and 30 cent range. There's a lot of people that are down on Ripple because they're a part of the centralized bank. Like I've said before, my problem with Ripple is that it's a private blockchain that's brought to the public exchange, and we're supposed to determine the value on it for them. If it's a private blockchain, why doesn't it just stay private? We got NEM coming in at 20.1 cent. That's down 4.93%, so they're down a little bit, but that's not that bad. We got Ethereum Classic staying in at 1764. They've made their gains. They're moving sideways. We got Litecoin over $30 making sideways movement. We got Monero holding in at 54.17, so that's not that bad. We got Steam. They're down 7%, coming in at $2.53. That's not that bad, though. I mean, we're over the $2.50 mark. It's well on its way to $5 as people are predicting. I mean, what can you say? It's finding a purpose out there as a new social media platform. People are really getting on board with it, and the price is starting to reflect it. We got the Steam-backed dollar coming in at 208, so that's down 2.6%, and that's not that bad. It's supposed to be pegged to the dollar, and we're looking at 208, so, who am I to complain? We got Zcash coming in at $289. That's up 5.6%. So, I mean, they're still climbing towards that $300 range with Ethereum. So, what do we got here today on BNC? Well, I thought I'd take a moment and talk about what my feelings are and how I'm understanding the upcoming user-activated soft fork and BIP 148. I've been receiving quite a few emails on this, which is wonderful. I love getting emails from you guys. I just thought maybe I could cut down on a few of these emails that are just saying the same exact things if I put my video out here today, letting you guys know what my thoughts are. Right now, the user-activated soft fork and BIP 188 is to adopt SegWit, right? And at this exact moment, it is just a lot of pipe. There is no real mining support. We have companies saying that they're going to back it, but I think what was on the World Crypto Network, they were saying that we have 0.015%, going towards BIP 148. And we're going to need at least something like 15%. The number is growing, it is escalating. So is it going to happen? I mean, who's to say? The way that Bitcoin operates, it's very dramatic. People are very spontaneous. Things change from one day to the next. I mean, you can see that reflected in the price of most of the altcoins. So it's just at this exact moment, it doesn't look like, it just looks like it's more drama. It looks like it's more controversy that people are out there talking about. How it is here in Bitcoin. Everybody likes the drama. Everyone likes to get on Twitter and, blast each other and say this and that. Is there a problem? Potentially. I mean, the Bitcoin network has been under unconfirmed transactions for quite a while now. Would we like Bitcoin to scale? Yes. It's just, I'm starting to feel that this could potentially be the last good opportunity for us to scale Bitcoin in a way that will give it more purposeful meaning in the future. I'm starting to feel that if this doesn't happen now, that it potentially is never going to happen, because as the price continues to increase, people are going to be less likely to want to do anything to change Bitcoin for the potential of breaking it. When something's expensive, it's fragile, people don't want to, mess with it as much in fear of ruining it or breaking it. If you have a Fabergé egg, you don't want to walk it around and show it to everybody. You bring them to it and you say, here, look at my Fabergé egg, and you keep it on the stand and hope it doesn't fall off and smash. But with that being said, Litecoin has SegWit. A lot of companies are looking over that way. So, I mean, we do have other avenues here for the future of cryptocurrency. I mean, we could be looking at Bitcoin as a form of a store of value, and some of these altcoins being how we trade and make money, how we go about making microtransactions and instant payments. And, I mean, this will work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, model either. But as far as a hard fork, and us ending up with 2 Bitcoins, I mean, that scenario is even less likely. First, we'd have to get the user-activated soft fork to get support, and then we would have to have the Chinese miners, Jianwu and Bitmain, would want to pretty much have to not take part in the user-activated soft fork and want to split. So at that moment, it would be up to them on whether or not they would be hurting themselves. Because you have to remember that we're all in a situation in Bitcoin here where we are living on the fringe of it. We're taking our fiat cash and we're buying Bitcoin and we're storing it and we're watching it grow and turn into more of what we would consider US dollars or whatever your local currency is. These companies and people are living in a Bitcoin world where all of their payment is in Bitcoin. They're buying and spending Bitcoin in order to pay their employees, to purchase equipment, and run their daily business. And then, I'm sure that they have their fingers in all sorts of cookie jars trying to figure out how to make money for them. So when there is these forms of contention that they create, then they're slightly able to manipulate the market and can put a better prediction on the dollar value of it. So, I mean, if they're decreasing the value to buy more to make future plans, or if they're doing something to increase the value so that it's a good time for them to sell, these things are unknown to us as individual users. It's just that this is one of the problems we're starting to see with Bitcoin, is that certain things are starting to become a little bit centralized. When you have pretty much everyone in America going to Coinbase to buy their Bitcoin, and then you have these certain exchanges like Poloniex, and everybody's going there to trade their Bitcoin, and all of the Bitcoin is being mined by Bitmain in China, then it starts to be these large conglomerate companies starting to take control of Bitcoin, which is not anything we want. So, I mean, the user-activated soft fork, I think, is probably a great ideal. Whether or not it's going to come to fruition is I mean, anybody's guess at this point in time. I mean, with such low stats, they're really the underdog at this moment. But as far as you and I sitting at home with our Bitcoin or a couple Bitcoin or whatever on our hard wallet, we're absolutely fine. We got nothing to worry about. 2020 is still coming. Bitcoin is deflationary. It's going up. I mean, we've seen almost $3,000 already, and I'm sure we're going to see $5,000 by the end of this year. We got Litecoin up to $30, and I'm sure we'll see a $50 Litecoin by the end of this year as more companies move that way, due to the fact that SegWit isn't really coming to Bitcoin very well. If we see some problems around August 1st with Bitcoin, I'm sure it's just going to be a little blip on the calendar of a week or 2 weeks where Bitcoin wasn't working all that great, or Bitcoin transactions were high, or nobody wanted to buy any Bitcoin, so the price dropped. People are real concerned, so they were asking about the ledger. Wow. So they got the ledger, and they are supporting BIP 148, and they're available through Crypto HW Wallet. They don't have them out yet right now. They're saying if you pre-order them that you're going to be one of the first ones to receive them. I think they said it's like the 20 or the 28th, so you'd have it by August 1st for sure. You know, if you're really concerned about this, if you start seeing numbers increasing between now and then, you know, and you have a lot of Bitcoin and that's something you're concerned with, I mean, it's something to think about, I guess. You know, when it comes time, if something like that were to happen, pretty much as long as you control the keys to your Bitcoin, you're going to be in a situation of being able to take your Bitcoin and send it to an exchange and split it into the 2 Bitcoins if that were to happen, and then, you know, secure both of them and, you know, ride it out down the road and see what happens. You know, it's pretty much a situation of just don't have your Bitcoins on an exchange on August 1st. And I mean, exchanges are becoming more reputable. You know, there is some credibility to the larger ones. I mean, I doubt that they're going to take your Bitcoin and split it and take off with the other half and run. But some of these smaller exchanges, some of these wallets that are on your phone, things like that, they have the potential of doing stuff like that, of splitting your Bitcoin for you and taking the other one and running. You know, it's still, August 1st is still a long time away, you know. I mean, we still have to get through the rest of this month and all of July. So, I mean, what are we looking at? 7 weeks, 8 weeks before this starts to really become an issue. And in Bitcoin, everything changes like in 48 hours. We're looking at a different price, a different market cap, a brand new altcoin, 2 ICOs have passed, right? So, I mean, being so concerned about something that's 8 weeks away, between now and then, I'm sure that it'll probably, the hype will come up and drop back down, and August 1st will come and go with no problem because everybody will have game theoried this all out so much that it's all come, you know, to some sort of a plan and worked out. So if you like what we got going on here at Bitcoin and Coffee, got that subscribe button down there. Right? I mean, we got 1,275 followers here on YouTube. We should hit 1,000 followers on Steam today. You know, if you're on Steam, I'd love it if you could go over there and upvote my posts. Even if you know, watch it here on YouTube, upvoting my posts, you know, gives me a couple dollars on Steam. And, you know, with the price of Steam increasing, you know, I'd like to see what I can't do about increasing my Steam reserves. So if you guys can help me do that, that's, you know, something wonderful you guys can do to help me out here at Bitcoin and Coffee. It doesn't cost you anything. A Steam account is free. And if you're not posting over there yourself already, I mean, it's not really a bad idea. You're on social media already. So why not just use Steam, see if you can make a few Steam, hold on to them for a while, and see if you can't turn it into a few bucks. You never know. 4 years down the road, after posting on the internet, you could buy yourself a car, right? How could you beat that? I got all sorts of affiliation links down there as other ways to help out the channel. I got a Crypto HW Wallet link down there. As I was saying earlier, you know, you can get in on pre-ordering the ledger. They're, you know, supporting BIP 148. I also got links down there for hard wallets on Amazon. I got affiliation codes to help you get free doggies and Pivx and Litecoin and Bitcoin through some faucets. You know, it never hurts. I still use faucets too. You know, it's like 20 cents every other week or whatever, but 20 cents is 20 cents, right? I'm on the computer anyways. It jingles once an hour. Click, click, you know, bam. And I'm on my way. I also have the best tool of all, my email address. It's eugeneforrest20@gmail.com. You know, I'm here for the new people, free help desk service. If you have questions, if you're wondering things, shoot me an email. I'll get back to you within a 24-hour period of time, more than likely. You know, I came home from work yesterday and I had quite a few emails. And it was wonderful, you know, it was nice. I put a smile on my face. I come home and I'm like, yeah, Bitcoin and Coffee's going somewhere. I got like 10 emails I got to take care of. Sat down, you know, read through them, wrote back to everybody, sent them off. I received a couple letters saying thank you for such a fast reply. Not a problem. You know, that's the point in Bitcoin and Coffee. That's why I'm here. I also received a $10 tip to my Coinbase account. I got to say thank you for that. That was absolutely amazing. I love it when I can get little tips like that. It actually helps show my wife that, you know, this is actually doing something. So I just, hey, look, hon, and, you know, puts a smile on her face that, you know, what I'm out here doing in the yards, actually making some money, and why I'm taking up the computer all the time and ignoring her a bit here and there, right? So if you can do anything to help me out, donational addresses are down below. And remember, guys, keep your Bitcoin safe.